Alex and welcome to my channel. Star Trek Online is a hidden gem of a game, especially if you're a fan of the Star Trek universe and don't mind the occasional drop into absolute chaos. This series will look at the storylines that the game follows in a single playthrough. For this playthrough we'll be starting with a character from the old series Starfleet, as you can see. This episode we'll look at character creation as well as a tutorial. Follow along for Star Trek shenanigans. So we select our character. We can be human, Andorian, Tellarite or Vulcan. I think I'm going to choose a Vulcan, and we're going to be female of course because this is my channel and I always play female characters despite being a they them myself. And I think what tactical officer will do. Interesting fact about tactical officer, as you can see in the old series they wear mustard. In the new series they wear red. And engineering wear mustard, but in the old series they wear red. So there we go. So tactical. The tactical just gives us a bit of advantage in a fight. And more suited to, well, combat. Let's see. I kind of like her face, so we'll sort of work with that. So we'll start with the this preset's head. So we can choose hair and skin colouring, and we can also go pop into advanced, which is where I will go straight away. All of the Vulcan heads are accessible from here, so I just want to give her a solid colour. I don't know, I think I like having a lipstick just because it gives the lips a bit of definition. I'll leave it at that colour unless we change the skin colour. Let's do that. And we'll make those lips a colour that fits. There we go, how about that? That looks good. Base complexion standard, so you've got a number of aged complexions, so we can have an old Vulcan, but I'd rather go for a young'un. So oh look, freckles, let's have freckles, and a bit of red across the face, which is good. Well, it's good for this. The tattoo or scar, the thing with this is you select your scar or your tattoo and it puts it on your nose. So if we wanted to give her a tattoo, a scar, which I'm not necessarily following through, but I'm doing this to sort of give you an example, you can actually position where it is. You see how it's moving across her face? It's a bit difficult to see. So put that down, and we can move that so that it's partially on her nose. And you can also scale it up or down or rotate it. So it gives you a little bit of extra character to the characters. I think we'll keep this one. What do you reckon? Yeah, she can have a scar. She's got humanoid eyes, obviously. You can choose small iris. There are two different types of humanoid eyes. But we'll go with humanoid one. Actually, got the narrow. I'm not sure what the... Oh god, yuck. We'll go with a humanoid one because that appeals to me. I'm going to leave that colour because I like it. Still thinking about that scar. Do we want the scar? Oh, I'll leave the scar. It gives her character. Of course she's got pointed ears. You can actually choose how pointed they are, what they look like. So this is basically, I guess they've based these on what the pointed ears have been like over the years. I'll go with 3 because they're pretty obviously Vulcan ears. Kind of look a bit like Leonard Nimoy's. Eyebrows, I think I like 2, but we could just have a look at the others. There's 1 a bit thicker, 2, 3 and 4, and I like 2, so I'm going back with 2. We can also select some head attachment. In this case the only choice we have is an earpiece, which is an old series earpiece, so I'm going to go with none. You could also have earrings. The loop the hooped earrings that Uhura wore. I don't like that. I am probably gonna stay with close 3 as the hairstyle, but we've got a whole, including a buzz cut. Close 1. Oh, that looks good. No, close 3, coming back, faux hawk. There is a lot of choices. And some of these are... I mean, look at this. This is like the largest selection of hair type that I think I've seen. Although there are some that look the same, but they're usually subtly different, like woven. That's Nurse Chapel's hair. There you go back. I like some of these. I might actually go back to the buzz cut though. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yes, I think so. Suits her. And you could choose how shiny the hair is. I'm going to leave it where it is, but yeah, you could choose how shiny. I don't know how her hair is so blue. I like it. I'm going to leave it. And you can scale the head. So you're not, you can choose I've chosen a default head, but we can change this a little bit. So for example, if I wanted to get her cheekbones a bit higher, I mean, it's difficult to see. It's not really showing much. So that's actually cheek position. So let's go back to approximately where it was. About here. So cheekbones, we can give her wider cheekbones, and if you look from the side you can sort of start to see the changes it's making. It's not a very large way of scaling things, but what was I going to look at? Eyes? No, I'm happy with the eyes and the nose. Now we can also change the jaw width, so I'll change that up a bit. So yeah, she's got a bit of a squarer face there. And we can change her chin if we wish, but I'm just going to, just for brevity, I'm going to leave it the way it is. Now, I'll go back here, because the next thing we do is we go to body. And we could choose her stance. I think she's probably going to have a thoughtful stance because, well, you know, she's a Vulcan. She's 5'11". We can have her all the way up to 6'6". I'm going to come back to a reasonable 6'4", because I like tall ladies. I know, I cannot lie. Alright, so we can also scale all of her body. Now, I'm not really a big one for big busts. So, because, I mean, seriously, look at that. That's ridiculous. And it's not really ridiculous where they have it as default, but I'm going to pull it back. We're going to have a bit of a smaller bust because, well, she's not about her assets. Give her shoulder width a bit more because I like that, and a bit more shoulder bulk. Chest size and depth I'll leave, and ribs and rib height, waist size, stomach size, hip size, and depth. So then we could fiddle with her arms. Usually what I do, because I like strong looking ladies, give her a little bit more bulk in her arms and leave her hands the way they are and give a bit more leg bulk, as you can see. Feet size, feet width, feet height, all pretty. But these are all things you can change in your character. You can make someone look very, very different to somebody else. Like one character look very, very different. So these are the presets. Sorry, these are the presets of the uniforms. I mean, it's funny that it's showing different colours. But if we go to advanced, we can actually change things. So, for example, we've got tight and loose. I'm going to go with a tight jacket. Oh, that's Starfleet Medical. Let's go with loose. And then we could choose uniform. So we can have a dress uniform, we can have a nurse uniform, we can have a Starfleet uniform. Oh, we can't show her arms off unless she has it tight, and it looks ridiculous. Maybe not so much, because we're about to go in and change the bottom. I do not like wearing skirts. As a person, and in real life and in games, I prefer my characters to have more gender neutral or masculine attire. Oh, hang on. We've got bare hands emblem. So we don't want a Cadet. She's not a doctor. Badge. Let's see. Enterprise. No, we don't want Enterprise. These are all the ships you can have your character wear the badge from. Now, of course, as you know... Oh, look, lifetime comm badge. Well, we're... Command. So, we now have a command badge. And it's the Enterprise one, because that's just the one we're familiar with. Anyway, as I was saying about skirts, I am not somebody who likes to wear skirts. I don't like wearing skirts in games either on my characters. So we will choose, let's go with the tuck tie. I like the tuck tie. And that's basically it. We can't actually choose anything else. So here we go. This is our new character. Next, the only thing left is to name her and start the tutorial. So we could do random names. For some reason it's coming up with male names for my female character. But I like Sirat. How's that? And USS Piri. We may as well go with the default. When we get our own ship later on, we can name it. Or we can name it now, but we can also name all the ships that we get. Oh, but I like to think that because this is our first ship, and the way we actually become the captain, well, look, follow along and you'll see. Oh, this is going a bit longer than I was expecting, but that's alright, we can keep going. Engage. This is the latest expansion. There we go. The trait system has been changed, and any previously selected traits you have been wiped. Click here to change your traits for free. You could change your trait. Well, it's really weird that this comes up all the time. So let's just start with that. I'll explain it a little bit. All of these give bonuses to certain things. So some of these I do really like as far as RP choices as well. So I don't necessarily choose my traits for optimal combat. So I like this limited telepathy, because of course that's Vulcan. Very Vulcan thing, mind meld. And also very Vulcan thing, nerve pinch. These are all things that I can use in combat. Some of them, this one's passive. Yeah, basically makes us a bit safer from flanking, and then these two are abilities you can use inside the game. Then we have the personal space traits, which once again I'll choose for more for actually in this case I might actually choose more for a bit more I like having accuracy, and extra beam damage is good, especially when you're starting. So you've got your taunt, which is imposing presence, plus threat and outgoing hull healing, and minus threat plus crit severity for innocuous. But I'm just sort of thinking projectile training. Projectiles are things like projectiles are missiles and photon torpedoes and the like. So I may as well take that as well. And that's what we've got. And if we go back, we can actually have a look at ourselves. This is what we look like in game. This is our ship. as a utility cruiser. It's Miranda. No, it's not Miranda class. Is that Miranda class? It might be Miranda class. Yes, it's probably Miranda class. Yeah, so we could also choose our number too, but I haven't done that because I don't need to. Anyway, that's not supposed to come up right now. Records indicate that you've completed your training already. Would you like to proceed immediately to a space dock? No, I'd like to play the tutorial because otherwise, what's the point? Right? So I'll set up my HUD.
Captain's log, stardate 6147.4. We're orbiting planet Taurus 2 in the Murasaki 312 Nebula. Our orders: investigate the disappearance of a science vessel in this area. Search and rescue operations are about to commence.
People you can interact with have icons above their heads. You can press the interaction key, default F.
I will disable the help pop-ups because I know what I'm doing, I hope. So, unlike some of the other character starts, old series starts mid-mission. New series and Discovery, which are the other two Star Treks Starfleets you can select, start with a tutorial on planet. We have a tutorial in space. Let's talk to our captain.
Lieutenant, we've located the wreckage of a crashed ship down there. I need to get boots on the ground, find out what's going on. Take a landing party down to the surface, assess the situation, and look for survivors.
We'll beam down right away, sir.
Not so fast. We can't use the transporters due to atmospheric interference. You'll need to take a shuttlecraft down. Use the sensors to locate a safe landing site.
Sounds good to me, sir. So now we have to use some of the equipment on the bridge. As you can see, we can scan the surface. Alright, so we're basically the first officer in this scenario.
Did you find a suitable landing area?
Yes, sir. There's a good sized clearing close to the crash site.
Excellent. I've assigned Ensign Mears to your landing party. She's been to Taurus 2 before. Her insight will be quite valuable. Meet up with her and the others in the shuttle bay. Don't forget to grab a phaser in the armory on your way. From what I've read in Jim Kirk's report, Taurus 2 can get a little rough.
Aye, sir. On my way. Now, of course, this is the planet where Kirk... oh, hello. Ensign Tarsi.
Ensign Tarsi, reporting for duty. The captain's asked me to make sure you get back in one piece, and I intend to do just that.
Thanks, Tarsi. What do you know about Taurus 2?
Let's see. M-class planet. Barely. The Taurians are big, primitive, and quick to anger. I'd keep my phaser handy if I were you. Speaking of which, if you want to follow me to the armory, we can make sure your phaser is properly calibrated.
Right, lead the way, Ensign. Yes, so actually I'm confusing it. A bit later we get to go to the Gorn planet. So we pick up a phaser. And then we practice shooting our target. There's also tab targeting.
Good job, Lieutenant. That should be enough.
Also have it automatically go into auto attack mode. So reach the shuttle bay. I don't know why there are people. Oh, what? Whoa! Falling down on the ship is very strange. I think it's a glitch or a bug. Yeah, isn't this lovely? This is the old series, definitely old series. It's lovely. So, Ensign Mears, what's she got to say?
Ensign Mears, reporting is ordered. I'm ready when you are. Though I can't say I'm happy to see Taurus 2 again.
She was on Taurus 2 when Kirk was on Taurus 2 because, of course, we're revisiting old things.
I was one of the so-called Galileo 7, a science team sent to study the Murasaki effect. Our shuttle crashed on Taurus 2. Not all of us made it back to the Enterprise alive.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. You can see why I'm reluctant to return to such a place.
I do, but you're the only one on board with local experience. Your insight will be invaluable.
Yes, of course you're right, Lieutenant. I am a Starfleet officer and I will perform my duties. You can count on me.
Never doubted it for a second. Of course, the conversational interactions are all designed to be all designed to be universal to all the characters. So if some of it doesn't sound very much like what a Vulcan would say, that's why. So I've just noticed that we're seeing people getting their award, their loot box stuff announced to everything. So we'll just turn off gameplay announcements and we won't see those anymore. Right, let's go down.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
And our shuttle is called Copernicus. As Trek... Oh, I got some experience points. As Trek is want to have classical type names, especially old series. So here we go. Let's talk to Mears and see what's going on.
Ugh. It's just as grim as I remember it here. My skin is crawling. I can't help but feel like the creatures are out there, watching us, waiting to attack.
Stay alert. They very well could be.
Right. Okay. It appears the ship crashed somewhere north of here. There are 2 paths from here that lead to the crash site, and there may be survivors on both. I recommend you take Alpha Team along the northwestern path, and I'll take Beta to the northeast. We'll rendezvous at the main crash site.
Sounds good. See you there. I really should think about what a Vulcan would say and then say that instead of what is there. So here we are on a planet. Half the game is set on ground missions and half the game is set in space. So for this one, we'll be having a look and seeing...
Is that a warp nacelle? Whoa. Big.
Yes, it is. Look at that baby. That is a warp nacelle from a crashed starship. And there's a deflector array. That's what they call it. I think that's what it is.
Definitely Federation tech here. What's left of a shuttlecraft's coolant assembly, according to my tricorder.
Might be a crashed shuttle nearby. Let's have a look. So that's that. And all that lovely Star Trek music goodness.
There's your crashed shuttle. What's left of it, anyway. Look, someone's over there. I think they're hurt.
Let's give him a hand. I mean, just the music. Sorry. I'm going to get a bit excited with
this.
You
won't be able to get close enough to revive him while that thing's venting plasma. Those valves should shut down the vents, though.
Agreed. So basically, this is all here to show us how to interact with the environment in the game, which is usually hit F, get close to something and hit F. Yeah, vent all the plasma off. And now we can talk to the poor man. We all treat him first.
Thank you. We need to move. Those things, they're out there.
What things?
Look out!
Oh my god, that is so old series. So of course,
What do
there's
they
a fight.
feed these things? Never mind.
So he runs off. Can't do anything about that. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was right on top of him. Now he's disappeared. Right.
I'm Dr. Phineas Grogan, part of a research team studying the Murasaki effect. Well, I was before the ship crashed. I was looking for supplies when that thing roared. Got distracted and then that plasma coil blew. Damn near killed me.
You're lucky to be alive, Doctor.
You're telling me? We should get those supplies back to camp. Dr. Mueller's probably worried sick about it by now.
Agreed. I'll get them. Lead the way. Alright, so now we have supplies, which we have now picked up. Now we have to follow Dr. Grogan. And we can sprint. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Wrong button, wrong key. And there's Dr. Mueller. Let's talk to him and see what he has to say.
Am I glad to see you? We thought we were stranded here with those monsters.
We'll have you out of here soon, sir.
Those supplies you brought will come in handy while we wait. Just put them over there for now. You know, I think there's some old phaser rifles in there. Might come in handy against those creatures.
Thanks. We'll have a look. Now, I was going to say something, and it was going to be very intelligent.
There are rifles in that crate. We should show the survivors how to shoot them. I'll set up some targets while you get ready.
Okay, so pick up a rifle.
A phaser? I've never shot one of these
Swap
before.
our weapons over.
Wait, you want me to shoot this?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. So let's go talk to Tarsi. Use the quick equip. Press U to open your status window, which is this. And if we have infantry, we can equip things from here, or we can click on the equipment slot, and it will come up, if we have them, with a list of items that go in that slot. For example, you can see body armor and extra devices and kit modules in a kit, which we'll get to probably later. Alright. We talk to Tarsi.
The targets are ready, Lieutenant. Let the survivors start shooting and give them some pointers.
It works for me. Okay, so we basically say, hey, Dr. Mueller, you need to drop your shoulder a bit.
I get it. That gives me a lot more control.
Alright. And then we come over here to Grogan and tell him to adjust his stance.
Wow, thanks. That feels a lot better.
And then I get to target one of those and demonstrate alternate fire. Unfortunately, because I've got an auto attack.
They're right behind me!
Oh no! Mears! Mears has led a whole bunch back to them.
Heads up! The Taurians are attacking!
It's interesting that neck pinch seems to be usable at range. Weird. Shouldn't be. Now we've fought the poor primitive people. Let's talk to Mears.
We need to get these people to safety, Lieutenant. The Taurians will be back, and in greater numbers.
Agreed. You and Tarsi guard the pass while I get the others into cover. So now, we got to tell these people to go
Into the
cover.
ship? But then we'll be trapped.
So telling them to go into the ship. Because that's cover, apparently. Tell Duncan to fall back, and she does so. Was that Harlow?
Retreat to the ship? With pleasure!
So now we go speak with Mears.
Lieutenant, we've held them off so far because they're scared of our weapons. But I don't think that'll last much longer. We've got to fall back to the wreckage. I might have an idea.
Really? Tell me. And we go back and
Shut the doors!
Us here.
They're right behind us!
Shut the doors! They're right behind us. Close the doors. And now we're safe, because those spears can't penetrate that hull. Alright, talk to me, Ez.
Okay. Last time I was here, Commander Scott, electrified the hull of our shuttle. That drove the Taurians off when they tried to break in. Think we can pull something like that off here?
If there's enough charge left in the batteries... So now I get to go and electrify the hull, which is once again go over to something and press F. And then we get a little cutscene. Excellent idea.
You did it! Lieutenant, it worked! Bless you, Scotty, wherever you are. I think we owe you a very nice bottle of scotch.
Indeed. So what happened out there?
The Taurians ambushed us. I managed to escape, but the others, they've been taken. We've got to do something, and fast!
Get the survivors to the shuttle. Tarsi and I will rescue the hostages.
I was thinking, we can use our tricorders to track residual heat signatures left by the Taurians.
Like thermal breadcrumbs. Good thinking. So now we come out into the area of the and see all these footprints. Now we can scan for heat signatures, and it should light up a bunch of footprints. And we'll probably come across a bad guy or two. Because of course we will. Doesn't matter that I dodged, I still got hit by it. So this is a lot closer to usual tab target game than an action RPG. First time I saw this, I thought there was going to be a crew member over the fire.
Lieutenant! We're over here! Help!
Okay, so let's talk to our lieutenants. Sorry, our ensigns.
Thanks for coming back for us, sir. We owe you one. Pretty sure those things were gonna have us for dinner.
Not on my watch. Now we have to go back to the shipwreck.
Fascinating. The Taurians appear to be in a late Stone Age state of development.
No kidding.
Now isn't the best time for an anthropology lecture, Skial.
Here's another Vulcan. It's always a good time for an anthropology lecture. So we follow the footprints away and back to the shipwreck.
Am I seeing things? Because those guys picking through the wreckage sure look like Klingons. Just what are the Klingons doing on Taurus 2?
Let's find out. Ready phasers, just in case they're not in the mood for questions. And of course they're not, so...
Looks like they're not in the mood for questions, Lieutenant.
No kidding. So these guys look a little bit like humans with funny facial hair.
Hey, is that a Klingon pad? Bring it to me. I have some experience decrypting Klingon data.
So that's what we picked up from the item. It's a Klingon pad. There we go. So you give Tarsi the pad.
My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt. Sure, Klingons are good at fighting, but computers aren't exactly their strong suit. And voila! One Klingon pad unlocked and ready for your inspection.
Nice work, Ensign. Let's have a look.
Captain Kor, your plan has worked perfectly, sir. Many ships have fallen into our trap. We've snared a few merchant ships and a Starfleet science vessel so far. You'll be pleased to hear that we're picking up a Federation cruiser on long-range sensors. Constitution class. Time to hunt bigger game. Glory to the Empire!
No, it's a Constitution class ship. My apologies.
Looks like the Klingons are using both guile and brute force here, Lieutenant. A pretty potent combination. The captain's definitely going to want to hear about this.
Agreed. Alright, so now we have to defeat more Klingons. On the other hand, we can actually escape out of grenade, because we can actually do. So this is, I guess, in some ways, was just before.
Let's get back to the shuttle before more of them show up.
Action. There we go. Kind of wish I had. As you can see, I'm a little bit slow because, well, my reaction time is not all that. I mean, you kind of expect that of a 50-year-old. 51-year-old, as I turned this year. And also the game is a little bit laggy when it comes to these things. So, here we go. We are continuing along the path. And we get to jump down here. And now we return to the shuttlecraft. I'm pretty sure that the shuttlecraft is being well guarded. Is Mears and the scientists.
We're ready to go when you are. Hope this thing's got enough fuel to get us back to the ship.
Indeed.
Are you ready to board the shuttle, Lieutenant?
Yes.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
And yes, occasionally Leonard Nimoy will narrate things. At least for a little while. Mostly for the old series and Next Gen. I think we get Sylvia Tilly for Discovery.
We made it. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a shuttle bay. I admit I had my doubts in the beginning. Didn't think I'd hold it together down there. Every time I heard those things roar. But here I am. Thanks for believing in me.
You did well, Ensign. Thank you. Oh dear, we have Klingons on board the ship.
shuttle bay. Please respond.
And that is where I'm going to leave it for this episode. Thank you for... Oh, hang on. I can't do that. Oh, okay. I was going to say thank you for watching.
We have some uninvited guests, Lieutenant. We've been boarded. The Klingons have breached the hull on the engineering deck and blocked our access. Since I can't send security in, I need you to secure the deck.
Aye, sir. Recommendations?
Start with the engineering lab. We need to bring our plasma relays back online. After that, secure the armory and main engineering.
We'll handle it, sir. Tarsi, Mears, ready weapons and prepare to repel boarders. Alright, so what I do need to do, though, is get myself ready to go out and attack these Klingons. I'm to take on these Klingons. Alright.
I'm remembering an old Earth adage about leaping from frying pans into fires. Your orders, Lieutenant?
Stay here with Tarsi to help the squad. I'll take care of the labs. So they go that way and we go this way.
I'll cover you while you clear out the lab, Lieutenant.
Alright.
Enemy targets uncensored. Personal shield losing power.
So I had to use a
They shut down our primary plasma conduits. Get them running, fast!
Okay, so go up to it. Reset.
Plasma conduits reinitialized. Auxiliary power restored. Now clear out that armory.
Clear out that armory.
Watch out! More Klingons! Enemy targets uncensored.
Alright.
Personal shield losing power.
Great work. Secure engineering next if you can.
Alright. We've secured the armory. Now engineering. Which of course makes sense. We don't want them... Oh, here we go. It's Mears. Hello.
We've cleared the rest of the deck, Lieutenant.
Well done. Let's clear out main engineering now.
Enemy targets uncensored.
Let's get these girls in here to give me a hand.
Personal shield losing power.
And of course they're not.
Bridge to engineering. Please respond. Bridge to engineering. Please respond.
Nice work. Internal searches, so you secured engineering. Please check the power relays for the weapon systems. Looks like the Klingons fried them during the fight. Right on it, sir. Stand by. Somehow, my two squad mates did not come in with me. Fortunately...
Weapon power relays are up and running. Charge all phaser banks.
Charge all
I need you on the
phaser
bridge,
banks.
Lieutenant.
Alright. Come on, ladies. Let me guess. You're just going to stand there. We go onto the bridge.
Sir, incoming transmission.
Alright, so we have to activate the view screen, which is over this way.
Federation starship, this is Captain Core. Surrender if you must, but I'd rather you fight with honor.
Well, well, well. And I believe this is where I will leave it. Because we should come back to this point in the next episode. So I'm glad that you decided to join me for this little trek through Star Trek. And we will be continuing it. I will hopefully be releasing an episode of this a week on Wednesdays in Australian time, probably in the afternoon sometime. So if you liked, please hit the like button and ring that subscription bell. And I will see you next time. Farewell.